In this video, we're going to talk more about the SOP operators, known as surface operators. So we can generate, import, modify, and combine 3D surface. Yes, 3D wall. And how we can start with this. And I'm going to show you elements that you can generate. For example, we have a sphere, we have a torus, we have a tube, what is the tube here? We have a box, we have a grid. The grid is like a plane, just in case. We have the super squad that I like a lot, and even we have text. With all of these operators, this is important, I'm going to show you in the tutorials, we can press this preview active with my left button of the mouse and drag. I can rotate. This is the preview, not the camera, the preview. With the right button of the mouse, I can change the position, and with the wheel, zoom in and zoom out. Just in case if you want to see more detail or information about these things. If I press P, I can have access to this window. I'm going to zoom in. And with this, I can see, for example, the point of this shape. I can see the number of all of these points. I can see the normal direction. So cool. We have more options, but this is okay. And we can do the same for all of this surface. Other thing that we can do here, for example, if you move it too much and you return and you want to see just the full object, we can press the right button of the mouse and we have this home all or that keyboard and we return. Cool. With this sphere, we can change the radius. We can change in detail. We have the resolution, rows and columns. With the torus, we can change, for example, set position. We have that position. We can see the center and everything. We can change the inside and the outside, the scale. Obviously, we can add more resolution or not, and rows and columns. With the tube, we have, I like this, change maybe the size of one of that circles and change the height. And again, we can rotate this, maybe inside if you want. For the box, it's just a box. And we can change the scale, or we can use this division and put, if you want to work in just lines, 3 by 3 by 3 or not just full. With the grid, we can change the side, rows and columns again. We can, for example, I can press this view and we can see, for example, press P and see the points. So we have all that information there. The super quad, I like this one because with this, we have these two things, X, Y exponent and Z exponent. When I do that, I'm deforming these things, like what I'm going to move. And the cool thing, I can rotate. You can see what I did with this. And I can change that, and we have that. So with the super quad, we can create weird things. And obviously, try to work with the resolution, see what happens. We have obviously radius and everything, but yeah, I think the important is this area, the columns, rows, exponent. With the text, we have this derivative. And I'm going to change that to hello. And yeah, we have text, and that is cool. We can change even the font and everything, the size, if you want bigger or not. I think 1 is okay. So, okay, we have that. But these objects are surface. They are not geometry. They mean of what? For example, if you work with Cinema 4D or Blender, it's like you have a geometry, you put a camera, then a light, put something, I don't know, in the environment, a material, and you render that. How we can do that in TouchDesigner in real time? We need to do the same. We need to transform this surface to a geometry. How we can do that? You have this option, it's like you drag from the outside of this surface, press tab, go to comp and transform that to geometry. And you have the geometry, okay? And this is important. I'm going to delete this. No, I'm going to just put it there because I receive a lot of these questions. Sometimes it's like you have this sphere and then here you press tab, go to comp and put a geometry. And I want to connect this sphere to the geometry and we don't have the connection. Like in this tab, we have here and here not. Why? Because when you create just directly the geometry, the system just create inside and going to inside of this input just a torus. The different when I connect from the sphere here and connect a geometry, I have this input and output and go inside, the system create an int and an out. So that is important to just realize when you do that. You need to start from the output of the surface and connect it to the geometry. Cool. What else we need? I said we need a camera, we need a light. And if you think about it, what is a render? The render is an image. Image is a pixel. Pixel is tops, it's a texture. So we have here render. And when we do that, the render is connect the light, the camera, and the geometry. We can see that in here, camera 1, geometry, this is for all geometry, all the lights. We can change the anti-aliasing, we can change even the resolution. I'm going to put a square, 1280 by 1280, and we have that. Perfect. Then, because we are using tops, I'm going to use a transform, because I want the color in the background, and then I'm going to connect a null. And I'm going to press this display. We have this beautiful sphere. And again, it's like, okay, Paul, I want to use this sphere and I want to use this torus. Okay, and then we have options. For example, I have this torus. I'm going to here connect another geometry. And then the system put it together. Okay, another system that we can do is maybe create a merge. We connect these two objects. We have the same. But the cool thing is like, yeah, it's everything in one thing, and we can apply the same material for these two objects at the same time. Okay, just in case. That is the merge. But for example, I'm going to work, for example, with this torus. I'm going to switch this one. Perfect. I'm going to move everything to here. I like this torus. And I'm going to do a few things. For example, I'm going to teach you this twist that I like a lot. Sorry, twist. And I'm going to connect my torus here and then here. And I'm going to give to my torus more resolution. I'm going to put low and you can see what happened. And I'm going to twist this torus, the form. We can do that. It's like, ooh, we can break, so be careful. So this is important. It's like, I don't like this resolution. It's like horrible. Don't worry. We can go to the torus and we can put more information. So I think for this type of distortion, it's important the columns, not too much the rows. So maybe the column will be 100, maybe 200. So this is important. Be careful how numbers you're going to put in the rows and columns, because maybe it's too much for the computer. And because the SOPs works in the CPU, so be careful, okay? Just in case. But the cool about the twist is like we can do that, switch, nice. We can put it in the other direction. Said we don't see it because in that thing, we can put roll off, like the sensitive area. We can put something like that. Okay, nice. And we can put another twist. Why? Because we have options. I'm going to disable this. So why? It's because we have here operation, we have twist, we have blend. I'm going to put roll off 1. Blend, maybe it doesn't work with this shape. Oh, this is too much. So we have a lot of things that we can do with this twist. So I'm going to put twist here, move this to here, change the position. Then the second twist, maybe it's different. Maybe it's blend. See what happened. can change even the direction of this. Huh. Bearing Y. Okay, we can start moving things. Maybe it's too much. Oh, we can put here the blend. I know that I'm playing right now with elements and see what happens. I think twist is okay. And yeah, and we can change even the pivot, how this is affect if you want. So we have a lot of options how we can work with this. Ooh, okay. So very similar. Oh, we can change the twist, do double twist. So yeah, one direction and then the other one. And again, we need to add more details because maybe we are breaking that. Okay, that is okay. And what we can do here is we can animate this. Yes, we can put here an LFO that we learned before. And for example, I want to move this twist between, I'm going to put 110, something like that. 110, okay, so I'm going to create a math. And I'm going to put that number will be -1 to 1 and animate that in between -110 between 110 and positive. So when I do that, you can see what's going on. We can have that and I can change the speed and the LFO. Ooh, nice. And I'm going to copy this LFO and everything. I'm going to paste here and I can do the same for the second twist. But maybe the second twist going to maybe something was 62. Okay, -62 and 62. So with this, we can create animation, and what I'm going to do is change the speed or the offset. So they're not going at the same speed. And we create weird things like that. Ooh. And it's like, okay, I want to test this effect that I did with the sphere, and you connect here to here. Nothing happened because this sphere is more like, I don't know, a full element. With the tube, this is work nice. Ooh, weird thing happened. I like it. But I don't want to just every time move to another and another. So what I do, I am going to create a switch. Going to connect the totals, and then I'm going to select all of this, connect to that switch. Everything is connected, aligned 1, 2, 3. Everything is aligned correctly. Connect to here. So what I can do with this switch is like you can see here the order. The 0 is totals, the 1 is sphere, the second is tube. So I can go to total, sorry, sphere, tube, box, grid, super quad, text. Ooh, the text is nice. For example, the text, I need to align that. I'm going to do it because it's really the translate. Something like that. Going to move down. Perfect. And yeah, we can jump between. I like a lot the tube, but we need to add more resolution because you can see the edge there. So in details, we can add, I think maybe 200 here. Smooth, nice. What else we can do? We can add, we have options like, oh, give me a second here, hello. We have options like, we can add a transform, so that gives us the option to move this or scale this one. So for example, I can scale or rotate this one so we can see another view. Try to do that sometimes, change the view, all of this. Or sometimes, because this is an important thing, it is the camera. The camera is difficult to rotate. It's like not good to move. It's like I'm going to rotate. Why don't I see that? What is happening? So we have this. I'm going to divide my network or my view. And here we have the geometry here, the geometry viewer. And when I do that, I can see what's going on. It's like, oh, there is the camera there. I can move this with my the same like the preview with the surface. The left button of the mouse and drag and drop is like position, what I'm going to see. Right button of the mouse, again that, and zoom in or zoom out with the wheel of the mouse. And every time I select, for example, the light, it's green, the camera is green, the geo is green. So for example, the camera is, I'm going to rotate, you see it's like, don't see my thing. And it's complicated to work because I can't move here. The camera is horrible. It's like, oh, I don't like it. What I can do. It's a problem. So, and before continue, for example, sometimes like I want to create an animation and see around this image. But if you see, if I move the rotation of the camera, I don't see the object. So the first thing that you can do is maybe create a null here and change the name to understand what it is. We're going to put look at. It's like I want to the camera look to this point. Right now it's in the center, point 0. You can see there is green 0. I want to the camera all the time see that point. So in the camera, I'm going to this lookup and the release here, look at. So right now, when I rotate the camera, nothing happened because its rotation is just looking or point. Right now we need to change the position. And then when I do that, no matter what I do, the camera rotates by own all the time seeing the object. It's like there all the time. No matter what you do. So for example, rotate that, you need to move to the probably the X and the Z position at the same time. So it's like that, 5. If you put 10, let me check, 10 and 10. You put far, far away. But yeah, you need to put a balance. It's like maybe use sine and cosine to do that, to just all the time look this object. I'm going to put 5 here and 5. But yeah, this is the complex thing. I'm going to again return here network. What I do, I'm going to palettes. We have tools and we have this amazing tool called camera viewport. Nice. Going to drag and drop. And I'm going to go to my render and change the name. Right now I want this camera viewport. Copy the name, go to render and paste here. And what we have here is like, oh, I'm watching the same. No, don't worry. Press the right button of the camera view, press view. And right now we have this view. And the cool thing, I can rotate this. And you can see here, I'm changing the position of the camera. So it's like, oh, I like this. I don't know, amazing thing. And we can see this, the form, and it's affecting our thing. But you can see this is important thing too. The preview is HD is 1280 by 720. Our render is a square. How we can fix that? I didn't find a way. Maybe it's not the best way, but just in case, you can go inside. This is a secret. You have these things. This is a function, and I'm going to put my resolution 1280 by 1280. Then go inside. We change the render. These two. Yeah, don't worry. It's a secret. 1280 by 1280. Return. And then I have this preview. It's a square. Hey, nice. Woo, we did it. So yeah, we can play with this. You have all the same, it's like frame all. Yeah, I like this preview. Oh, we can change and this is another amazing thing about these tools. Like, I like this preview. I'm going to put it here in the center. I like it. I want to save this. And you can go here and depress it. And I'm going to save this moment or this position, save. And I have all this. And I can go again to the view, or change the position, I don't know, this area. And I can save in another set. And what happens if I want to return to the first preview? I can go to preset 1. And I have the preset. I can go to preset 2. And I have to that preview. So yeah, we can play with that and save our position or presets just in case. Cool, we have these 3D things. And obviously in another chapter I'm going to explain more about materials, but here we can put a material, we can put this font, and with the font I'm going to create a noise because I want to add texture, color, and we're going to put period 10. And with the font we can put this color map. And again, how I connect this font to the geometry, drag and drop, material. Or we can go to geometry, here we have render, and we put the material. We have that, the color. We can put more lights, yes. Right now the lights is in the back of this, not in the back, I can show you. Where is the light? It's like, sorry, in front of the object. So for example, what I do sometimes, what I like to do is have this light in the front. I'm going to put copy and paste. Light in the left, -10, 0. So I have a light there. I like to put another to the right. That will be 10 positive here. And we have much better full color everywhere. Again, return to panel layout, and we select network editor. And the other thing that I love to do is like put the order of the light in the same position. This is the front, this is the left, this is the right, just for understand where is everything. And I try to put here color, see yellow to understand that is color. Sorry, that is light. Perfect, we have the amazing shape, we can switch. I'm going to put the toggles just in case. And you can ask me, it's like, okay, what happens if I want to, I don't know, put these two objects, the sphere and the box? I'm going to copy all of this. And I want to maybe do a subtraction or do something with this. How we can do that? We can do that with the Boolean. And that is the same for Cinema 4D or Blender. We have operation here. We have union, intersection, A minus B, B minus B, A, edge, everything. But this is important. Only works when the surface is primitive type is a polygon. Okay, I'm going to do it for the for the sphere, and the box is a polygon, so it's okay. So I'm going to connect the A and B. And I'm going to change the side of this box a little bigger. So right now we have union. What happens if I put intersection? We have the inside. What happens if we put A minus B? Oh, okay, we have that. What happens B minus A? We have that. So yeah, we can do things like that, but we need to change that. It needs to be a polygon. And yeah, what else? Let me check if I forgot something. You have a lot of things. Even you can try it with that's filing. We can bring that, or you can bring here is the, give me a second here. This one, FBX. Yes, you can bring another 3D upside that you create and another software. It's more complex. I'm going to inside and see it's like great. The system is more complex, but you can control everything from inside. You have a play if you want to. Even you can bring animation just in case. You can bring the camera, the lights, or everything about that object. And as you can see, the system render here, detect that geometry inputted here automatically. So yeah, we have this thing, and we can rotate. We can do everything. It's like I'm going to rotate. You can see, going to change the position. So yeah, and because we need to change maybe the preview, you say, oh, like TouchDesigner, something like that. Okay, so yeah, that is the way how we can create things. Even we have an amazing thing, and be careful with this one, but I like it a lot. This is a secret too. It's fractal. I'm going to connect the fractal. And I'm going to pause this. My computer is like starting thinking it's like too much. In division, we need to put 1. This is important. Then pause again. And we create, like with form, or we create weird thing with the texture. We can put maybe the softness. Change the scale. Oh, we can put more. We can change the direction of this. We put 1 and 1 and everything. Yeah, why not? But yeah, like we can break that. When you put too much division, everything destroyed. Or we can use vertex normals, and you use the vector. Yeah, so it's cool. Too much or not? Ooh. So yeah, be careful with this, just in case. Yeah, we have this. I'm going to move something like that. So yeah, we can play with 3D. You have more options. You can divide. You have a lot of options. But I think the most important are these ones. And even we have particles, but the particles in the SOP are not too good. But I can show you why, because they are running in the CPU. There is a better way to do it with particles. But yeah, I'm going to just stop the fractal just in case. With particles, we can do, for example, have this particle, and I'm going to put the source. I'm going to connect here, and right now we are creating dots there and a sphere, and then we connect it to a geometry. Right now the geometry understand that. We can put a material, in this case will be a point sprite, and we can change the scale. And we have that. And we can change if you want the scale of this. And this is important. With this geometry, we can change again the rotation. I can go here and we can change the rotation of this shape. And it's moving. And the cool thing, if you think about it, we can add animation. Yes, the same line of code, ABS time, that's seconds multiplied by 15. We add animation, and I'm going to copy and paste to all the rotations. Maybe other will be faster than others. We have particles and we have this weird thing moving. So yeah, this is another tool that we can use here with the SOP is the noise. And where we have that, and I'm going to first I'm going to switch to the sphere, and I'm going to disable this twist, and then I'm going to create a noise. With the noise, we're going to create this, I'm zooming here, this, I don't know, noisy sphere. For example, right now the quality of this noise is not too good, so we can go to the sphere and change the arrows and columns. Much better. We can obviously go to the transform and see it's animated. Cool. We can change the amplitude, period to noisy, or not too much, like a blobby thing. And we have other option about the seed. It's like the type of the noise, but this is important. This type of noise, because we are deforming the surface, is expensive for the computer. So be careful how many rows and columns you're going to set. And in the next video, I think it's about material, I'm going to explain a better way to do this. Not using noise, we're going to use the noise pad in the material. So it's different how TouchDesigner is going to process everything. So this is the video about the SOP. We did a lot of things. We figured it out how creating or importing and how deform or twist thing, and obviously put materials. But yeah, in the next video, we're going to learn how to use different materials and maybe create weird thing with these SOP operators. So I hope you like it and see you in the next video. Bye.